Wagwan, my people. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. I hope you're all well, and I hope that you're all having a boss day, and I hope that we have an amazing stream as we always do. And same cap, same setting, same microphone, same plain background. It's amazing when these vibes are setting the stream on a light of its own. I did do the title and the thumbnail last minute, so I'm not expecting many early viewers. That being said, let's get stuck into all the controversial business and let's maintain some entertainment. James Edmonds, his host, says you need new thumbnail pictures, James. Are you on about the original thumbnail picture, or are you on about the new one that's now here? I apologize if it weren't done in time. I say sorry. Let's not talk about FSG, please. Fine. I'm fine with that shit enough. I'm okay with that. I'll answer your questions tonight, chat. How about that? How about we just have a bell tonight of me just answering your questions? You game for that? You game for just our own conversations? Because I just know that if we're talking about Liverpool, something controversial is going to happen. Nice to see a couple of Liverpool lads win the under-21 Euros. That's a beautiful place to start, Wes. By the way, we have to give credit, because I can hear the haters already on Harvey Elliott and Curtis saying, oh, they never done it in a man's competition. Oh, it's under 21s. Ryan Brewster won that competition. No, Ryan Brewster won the under 18s, under 17s World Cup or something, which is still great. And I'm not trying to take away from it. But this is under 21s European football. This had teams like France in it. This had teams like, Germany. And this is a huge achievement for Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones because it was their youngsters versus the rest. And they were 2 of 11 youngsters who got it done. And Harvey Elliott scored in the competition. Curtis Jones had multiple great performances, a huge part to England's history. And that's the first under-21s. Well, I think it's actually the first competition they've won since, I believe it was 1984. And by the way, shout out to You're on to James Trafford, I think his name is. James Trafford, great guy. Hugely great guy. What a great goalkeeper he is, by the way. Fantastic. And that last-minute penalty save, if you haven't watched it, I strongly encourage you go and do so. And for those who are just tuning in and don't know what I'm talking about, of course, Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones have just won the under-21 European football. So I'm not here for the Curtis and Harvey slander, right? They're young. They've just achieved something huge. Even James Milner couldn't achieve such feat. James Milner, Neymar, when he was in the under-21s. Have you been seeing those side-by-side comparisons, chat? Wild. Curtis Jones doesn't seem a new player. He's just being played in his actual position, says DN. I believe he's just got a bit of game time and his confidence has grew. And of course, as you get older, when you have Curtis Jones has always had technical ability. It's one thing I've always said. Now, the difference between technical ability and decision making is huge because you can get many players who are technical and they cannot portray it on the pitch. It's just the way it is. Decision making is a huge part of football. It's why you'll see Brazilians with 5-stars like Robinho. Robinho was shite in the Premier League, you know what I mean? But Robinho's a baller. We all know Robinho's a baller, but City was crap. So that's why I raised that point because why do you think Brazilians go to La Liga before they go to Prem? It's because technical ability alone will not get you far in the Prem. So Curtis Jones has needed to develop, and that's been tough because he hasn't been given that loan opportunity to play man's football. I think Harvey Elliott, at least before his injury to Leeds, he was able to settle in a lot sooner because of that man's football. And I think we saw that because he went to Blackburn and this, that, and the other. And I have huge promise for both players. And I know people like to crap on them because it's what have you done for me lately? But then they forget the potential that they have. And it's huge, guys. It's huge. Elliott balled out as well. I can't like it. Elliott was fantastic. And it's because he's a great player. And I've been really demonized for this opinion, but he is a very, very good player, Eric. And I know your name's not Eric. It's Eric Sevenhag. It doesn't feel right when I just call you Eric. But yeah, guys, look at this as a huge achievement for the lads. This is massive. And first trophy since 1984. Probably the only thing England's going to get home. So fair play. James, what do you think about Liverpool going after Colwell? Not going to happen, sir. Sorry to keep it short and sweet, Miguel, but it's just, nah, mate. It's never going to happen. Not with the price tag, and I just don't think it's realistic. Curtis played better than Thuram and Vega, but we won't hear about it. Do you know what? It's actually changed my perspective. Oh my God, James is about to change his perspective. I know, but it's changed my perspective on why maybe we're not getting another midfielder. I'm not here to do the FSG out stuff. I recognise what we are. We're not here to do the spending of City and Man United. Okay, so we're a top 5, top 6 team at best. And that's not shitting on Liverpool, but that does mean if we are that, which I believe we are, because the 2 of the past 3 seasons, that's what we've been. Curtis Jones now has an opportunity where he's not competing with a midfield that's getting 97 points. He's competing with a midfield that has got many opportunities to be attacked with. And he's playing really good. He was, in my opinion, our best midfielder. One of them towards the end of last season. I think the best. And then, not that it was hard, but that's just the way it is. And then he came into this tournament and just sourced out, chat. It was just one of those things where I'm really impressed with Curtis Jones. Sharky, shout out to you, sir. You say, James, thoughts on Valverde? I like Valverde. I don't know if it's in reference to us being linked with Valverde because we're not going to get him, but no, a great player, a great passion, and I believe he'd be the exact player that we need if we was to get him. When we don't sign players by the start of July, it's bye-bye. Bro, it's crap in it. I think we're just all little addicts who like signings, but it's also a compilation with the years and years that we didn't spend. So, for instance, the season where we bought Adrian, Harvey, and Sepp Vandenberg, but no one else. It just happens sometimes where you can't forget those windows just because we've had a semi-decent window now. I think you need a right back and play Trent in midfield, says Daniel. You know what, say? I think you're onto something there, I do. I think you're onto something. But then I'll refute this with, we're not going to get a right back based on chances. Chat a W or L. Is that something that I'm ludicrous with? Am I just being negative again? I don't think... in fact, I can 99% sure tell you Conor Bradley is the backup right back. Trent is the first team right back. But do I see attributes of Trent that should be playing in midfield and should be in midfield? Absolutely. So, Daniel, I agree. Say, shout out to Stephen. Stephen, I don't know if it's Stephen or Stefan, but shout out to you, sir. James, what does Nunes have to do to win you over? I've said 30 Premier League goals. If you give me 30 Premier League goals, I'm fine. Give or take 28 to 32 Premier League goals, and I'll accept that he is the new outlet. And that proves to me he can do it in the Premier League, where he can stay composed under that type of pressure. And I'm glad you asked this question, because people probably think that I've got no hope for Nunes. Give me 30 Premier League goals. I'm a happy man. I am a happy man if we get 30 Premier League goals. That's for sure. That's for sure. Big up to Ravi as well, sir. I saw that you were asking about the rat on last night's stream. I couldn't answer, though, because I weren't the host. But what's it called? The rat's dead. The rat's dead now. Some Ian came in and stamped on it. If you want to hear the full story, then you've got to go to yesterday's stream. And before you call me animal cruelty, I never killed him, all right? I just called the guy to remove him, and he removed his life. It was one of those things. Just dropped in to say that England won the European Champs and Curtis scored the winner. Awesome. Nicholas, exactly. It was great. We just spoke about that then as well. Why does he need 30 plus when 90% of strikers don't? Because we're Liverpool Football Club, Curtis. We're Liverpool Football Club. So when you say this, you're saying we don't need an outlet who gets 30 plus goals. And do you want, Curtis, I hope you recognise how stupid this is. So we want Darwin Núñez to score 30 plus goals because that's the standard of what Liverpool should have. I'm being nice. I've said I've gave him a target that he can hit, where I sit there and I say, do you know what? Give or take 30 goals. I'm happy with Darwin Núñez. And now I'm being attacked for this. Fuck you. Chat. Is this a W or an L from Curtis right here? I'm calling Curtis out on the front line. F you, Curtis. Big up to you, Curtis, because you tune in regularly, but F you at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, chat, what was wrong about what I said there? When 90% of strikers don't, we don't want to be in the category of 90% of clubs. So we need that top percent caliber of striker. Curtis, is that a W or an L? Curtis, is that a W or an L? You fanny pad. You know what I mean? No, chat, I can't win here. Did you see Núñez say how are you to Klopp? His English is better than mine. Give him the Ballon d'Or, every cup to ever exist. Yes. More than 19 goals was getting the best in the world. Shouts seems like an agenda. Sorry. Mane scored 19 goals and was getting best in the world. Shouts. Mane was unbelievable as an all-round player, and 19 goals is more than Darwin Núñez's 15 goals, and he's an actual striker. You're right, I understand. And also, Mane was in a team that was improving, it was on the up, and to suggest that, just because of the first season, like the way Suarez has a bad first season, is what determines Núñez is going to be world-class. And bear in mind, I never said nothing bad about Núñez. And then I said, give me 30 goals and I'm fine with Núñez. I've gave you something that I can work off, okay? So I'm not actually shitting on Núñez here. And I didn't mean this. I hope you know I didn't mean this. I'm getting attacked here, chat, okay? I'm back in the corner. So fuck you, Keaton, you muppet. But no, to determine a left winger getting 19 goals and an out-and-out striker for 85 million getting 15 goals and 9 Premier League goals to be precise, yeah, bro, I am fine with waiting for 30 goals from Nunes, because when I called Mane the best player in the world, I saw the promise that he could become one of those. And when I said he was the best player in the world, he won a grand total of 0 trophies. Since he's won every trophy with Liverpool and the Bundesliga, by the way. So it's one of those things where I see potential. It's why you're not seeing me talk bad on Szoboszlai. Because I believe he's got the attributes to come in and be our best midfielder straight away. I believe Szoboszlai is going to be amazing. So unlike you who looks at stats, I look at attributes, and like Mane, it was a more accurate determination. So yeah, man, I'm sorry, guys. I've said 30 goals is the premise. Give me 30 goals, I'm happy. I think Nunes gets 25 plus in all competitions next season. Mane is a... Don't care what anyone says. Is that a goat? Is that a goat? If that's a goat, fair play, sir. I agree. If that's a dog, I also agree he's a dog. Mane's a beast. I hate this thing that we've been doing since Mane left. Like, we shit on Mane. I'm not into it, chat. I don't like it. There was times where people would admit from their own mouths Mane was overall better than Salah, but because Mane left, because he weren't getting paid enough because of the owners, which is just facts. I'm not trying to bring FSG into it. That's just facts. He went to Bayern to get more. Salah got that more money and he stayed. He scored goals still, and that's why he's still in the favourites of some fans. But I think a lot of people have forgot about how good Mane was and just how important he was to the team. He was huge. Scored in big games, like just a really, really good player. How would you feel if Qatar didn't understand the rivalry and started buying Liverpool players? Theo, what do you mean? Didn't understand the rivalry? I don't know the first part of that question, sir, but as long as they buy the Liverpool players we're willing to sell, then it's another club that we can offload our players to. So I wouldn't mind it, Theo. I'm not going to lie to you, sir. Come on, James. 30 goals in all comps is fair. Exactly. So we agree, and Scott, you're not having a go at me there, are you? I agree. I think that should be the standard. Is that bad? You know what I mean? Is that bad to set a Liverpool striker where we've had Fowler, Suarez, Torres to be 30 goals, and then if he doesn't get that, that's not good enough. Salah's been getting 40 goals, and he's not getting any younger. So I just don't think that's a bad ask. I thought that was generous. Nunes 30 GA and we're cooking. No, not GA. Not GA. I'm talking 30 goals. I don't want to get caught up in this GA because now we seem to combine the two. No, I want 30 goals, by the way, XYZ, not 30 GA. Okay? I'm clarifying 30 goals. If you get me 28 goals and 2 assists or 27 goals and 3 assists, fine. I'll let you off and there's room for improvement. I just need to see improvements, I suppose. But yeah. Do you know what? We're a top 4 team, aren't we, chat? WRL, we're a top 4 team. Nunes is good enough for that. So do you know what? From now on, I'm going to stop complaining because he's good enough for top 4. I keep thinking in a sense of where we was. I keep thinking in a sense of we need to win league titles and that's what we need to do. I understand that's not what we need. That we don't care about that no more. So, okay, then off that premise, fine. Do you know what? Actually, Nunes was a great signing. Great signing because we're a top 4 team. We never got top 4 last year, but if he improves 10%, we'll get top 4. So even though we didn't get top 4 with Nunes, I think if he improves 10%, we can get top 4. So I'm happy with Nunes, guys. I'm happy with Nunes. I didn't like him as a league-winning striker, buzzing with him as a top 4 striker. How does it look for us now in that midfield? McAllister, Szoboszlai. Trent, if in midfield, I have a feeling Klopp will use Gomez at right back going forward. He plays better there than centre back. I agree. Gomez does play better at centre back than right back. Right back than centre back. But I don't know if he tries it. But I'd love him to. He's got a long-term contract. It makes sense to try and use Joe Gomez in some sense. And if he can get a tune out of him at right back, then try it. But I don't know if it works. He's not stylistically adherent to the side. Let's say this feels so sarcastic. No, do you know what? It came across in a sarcastic manner and tone because that was the intention. The Nunes shout, I genuinely believe we're the top 4 team now. I do, because I hear more about, like, okay, we've added a few more seats to the stadium, but we don't care about transfers, or we forgot about the Super League and we forgot about these things. So now that we forgot about these things, and Nunes got us nowhere near to the league title. I'm fine with Nunes being a top 4 striker if that's what we need. To be a league winning striker, he needs to get 30 goals. And as we saw earlier on in the stream by Curtis, I get attacked for saying he should score 30 goals. It's really like obsessive worrying behaviour that fans have over Nunes. And for instance, people don't carry the same energy about Jota, who has proven a lot more for the club. Proven that he can be a top-class striker in a quadruple chasing side as well. Got 20 goals before January that season. So, yeah, man, I do have the confusion still, but I'm very happy to right back in the changing room, says Scott. LFC for the double, you need to clear it up. It's 30 Prem goals or all comps. Nah, that's actually a good point. I'll take 30 goals in all comps for now. You know, Europa League as well, 30 goals in all comps. I'd love 25 plus in the Premier League because I just think that's the standard you need to be hitting. But again, you know, apparently 15 goals is good, guys. So I just could be wrong on this. I'm being a lot more submissive tonight, as you can see. So I'm letting you guys speak for yourselves. And then I'm also going to see your reaction next season at the end when we don't win the league. I just want to see it because we don't really get much joy out of top 4. Would you settle for 5th place? Means Champions League qualification and an FA Cup. Yeah. Because of the owners that we've got, I think that's probably the best that we've got in us, you know. And with the 2 additions that we've made, and I suppose we can segue into the title, which more signings, less likely. I think that's the case. So yeah, I think 5th is it. We got 5th last season, and we've made 2 additions and let go of 4 or 5 players. So from that consensus, I do think that 5th place would be good. And rival fans would laugh at what I've just said, which they should. But when you're happy with the circumstances, this is what you're going to get. So, do you know what? I think that's an overachievement, getting a trophy and Champions League qualification. That's what FSG set out to do. So, yeah, I'm happy. That's what the fans are happy with. So, you've got to agree with the fan base, don't you? To align with what the target should be for the club. Shout out to everyone who's in the stream. Smash a like as well, guys. Does Nunes start over Gakpo and Jota, though? I don't think he does. But other fans seem to think he will. And if he does, then I want to see him get 30 goals. If he does that, then I'm happy. But no, I don't think he'll probably start over them two. They're class. Apparently, United are looking to swap Greenwood. Oh, chat, I've seen this. Have you seen this about Greenwood going to Atlanta? I didn't know it was a swap deal, actually. I thought it was a loan thing. But if it's Greenwood for, is it Højlund? That'd make a lot of sense because they're going to lose Højlund anyway from the seams of things. And then Greenwood. But what do you think about Greenwood going there, though? Do you agree that he should play? The reason why I struggle to say he shouldn't play is because there's nothing in the law saying he's guilty. The voice note's terrible, of course, but there's nothing in the law definitively saying he's guilty. So there's nothing based off of a premise, and I think a premise is important. Otherwise, you're going off nothing. To say that he should be able to play football because he hasn't been caught guilty. Plus, they stayed together. Plus, they were in contact throughout the investigations. And now she's having a baby, his baby, to be more specific. So it doesn't look like that there was, you know, I'm sure something did happen. But from the response of it all, it doesn't seem like she's too traumatized. And maybe it's a family who spoke into it. I think she's got bad advocates on the situation because he doesn't sound like the best fella. But maybe her parents have sat there in her ear and said, yeah. You're never going to get better, which parents actually do. I've heard these stories before, chat. So it's one of those. Stefan Conlon, shout out to you, sir. You're a top bloke. Nunes will become the player we want. I hope you're right, bro. And if you're right, I've got a lot of humble pie to eat and scran next season. So I'll have the fridge stacked. What's a better midfield? Szoboszlai, McAllister and Thiago, or Fabinho, Szoboszlai and Thuram? Okay. That's weird because McAllister's not in any equation, which I think's interesting. I thought McAllister was going to be in both equations. I'd probably go with the first one, only because I don't like Thuram over McAllister. But yeah, I'd probably go with the first one with that case. But if I could choose my midfield, I'd go with Szoboszlai, Mach and Fabinho. Just because of the balance. Evening, Hammers. Shout out to you, Mikey. I hope you're well, sir. Hope you're having a good night and all that business. Shout out to Jones. He says Gakpo is a generational talent, clearly underrated. I don't want to go as far to say generational. You know, was Bobby generational? No, and I've still got my uncertainties if Gakpo can become as good as him. But I do believe he can become a very good player. Generational is one that I struggle with. I'm not going to lie. And I'm a big fan of Gakpo, and I think he should start for the foreseeable, but The competition's there at the attack, which is the best thing that we can ask for, chat. We've actually got numbers. We've got Jota, we've got Gakpo, we've got these players who can accommodate the replacements when someone's injured or if we just need to simply rotate. Theo says they want Amad Diallo instead of Greenwood. Serie A already said they don't want him in Serie A. Fair play. Fair play. If that's what they've said, then fair enough. Amad Diallo's been... didn't they buy Amad Diallo from Atalanta? Am I right in saying that, chat? It's weird that, United, the type of club to support Greenwood and Paul Scholes. Nah, Paul Scholes is just a little toe muncher, mate. You know what I mean? He hasn't done anything illegal. It should be illegal, but he's just a little nail biter. Greenwood, the voice note doesn't sound good, and he does sound like an entitled person. But guys, I don't know how we can live in a society where we just say someone. Serie A have the right to say oh, we don't want him in our league. That's more than fair. It's just tough when he's not being found guilty and they've stayed together. And I know something probably shitty has happened. I'm not trying to say Greenwood's innocent, but whoever has advised this girl has not led to because now if Greenwood's this really big bad monster, he can do this to more people. If he's not, then he should be able to play. Do you hear what I'm saying? So whoever's advised that if he has done something wrong, which the voice note implies, then it's not good advice. But at the same time, you've got to delve into these things, you know what I mean? And based on premise, in my opinion, I'd play him. I'd play him. He hasn't done... I don't know, it's tough, man. It's tough. United's reputation is unprecedented. Give it to Giggsy till the end of the season. Chat, do you think we'll finish above United next season? I do. I think we'll finish above them. I think with Szoboszlai, I think he's a huge addition, and I think... he probably gets us in those top 3, top 4 conversations there and thereabouts, and I think that'd be a great conversation to be in. Where's my right beaner? I've got a right beaner before. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Where's my... Oh, wait there. Where's my straw? Chat, I've lost my fucking straw on me right beaner. Wait there. Is it on the front or back now? There we go. Whoop. Whoop. Harris says, we all saw and heard the evidence. Money talks, which is why she's still with him. I agree. Why she dropped the charges? Because why would you bring them up initially just to drop them? Because you could get a bag out of someone like that. I'm not saying that this is what she's done, but there's plenty of examples where girls have brought up altercations like this and they've been proven to be completely liars. There's been girls who have been jailed for lying about footballers. Now, like you said, the difference between those cases and this one is there's a voice note. But at the same time, you cannot 100% say that's what it sounds like. You can't. It's very likely. You can say it's 80%, but you can't say it's 100%. And if it's not 100%, then you can't do anything with him. Because that could be 80% what we think it is, but then 20% foreplay. I'm not trying to defend Mason Greenwood, but and I don't even agree with the law. I think there's many flaws in the law. But if we don't have a law, if we don't have a premise, then that's dangerous. Don't you agree, chat? If we're all just getting accused for doing... Remember Sigurdsson? Did you know that he got cleared as someone who weren't guilty? Did you know that? Think about how his career's fucked. His career's done. So I'm not trying to defend anyone, but guys, if it's not 100% guilty, that's open to being innocent. Innocent until proven guilty is something I stand by. So, and again, this is then the advisors of the girl's fault. Or maybe the girl has sat there and said, maybe it weren't as bad as I thought it was. There's many conclusions that we don't know about. But what we know as facts is that they're having a baby. They've stayed together. They seem happy together. So, you say, why did they raise the charges in the first place? I raise because there is a financial incentive to get a footballer nicked for the R word or whatever, you know what I mean, or a sexual abuse, which is horrible, mate. And I hope she's okay. I pray she's okay, but she's being advised wrong if he is such a monster. James and James Miller got the same sponsors, Ribena for... Come on. Ribena is just a belter drink, mate. I'm not a big fan of the straws. I don't know why I got this one, but... Hey. Still shout. Her dad's a copper. She's pregnant, leave it. Leave it be. He's a generational talent. Play him. Her dad's a copper. She's pregnant. Leave it be. That's why it's tough. That's why it's tough, because they've stayed together. So the person who made the claim is now no longer worried about the claim, because he can't be that dangerous if she's staying with him. And then we're saying he shouldn't play because of the voice note. But then what if the voice note's foreplay? Very unlikely. I know. But there's been stories in the past of girls who have put bruises on themselves. You know what I mean? I'd love this to be clarified as well, but I'd love the girl to come out and say a logical thought. Because if they're still together, why did she accuse him of abusing him in the first place? I've got no incentive to defend Greenwood. And that's why I think it's either maybe it went as bad as we thought, or it's worse and the families gave her bad advice. I have a question. How much tech is Dave? Ask your question. Ask your question, sir. Can I ask why last season we were crying about an extra centre mid, but Mikey, I'll let that comment speak for itself. I'm not going to get into it because I get called I'm negative and I've got an agenda and I do this for views. Dude, pedos get caught off. It's an illness in our court system. No, Scott, I'm not saying that there's flaws or inconsistencies in the floor system. You're 100% correct, say there is. But bro, and come on, dude, like, let's not do this, you know what I mean? Don't say that there's never a case where footballers get proven innocent and why is she with him and why is the family agreed? If the dad's a copper, well then he couldn't have been that bad because then he's not abiding by the law. So even if the law's wrong, she because she's an adult, so whoever she's listening to, we've now got to take her word as bonds. And we don't even need to take her word as bonds. We can take a fat fucking belly. She's 9 months pregnant, bro. I don't know what you want me to say. You know what I mean? I'm only trying to be fundamental. Like, if we're not going to play him, why are we not going to play him? And if he abused her, how do we know? Because of a voice note. Well, why are they together? And if he's such a danger, why isn't he behind bars? I'm just saying all these things because I don't know, man. I understand there's inconsistencies, but we've got to look at both sides. You guys know it's never just 2 + 2 in these situations. You know what I mean? She's, see, you know what I don't even think she's dumb, but have you heard her talking? Nah, do you know what? There's a lot of people who are dumb at a young age. I think Greenwood's dumb. You know what I mean? He sounds very entitled, and a lot of people are like that in my age group. It's pathetic. We're a pathetic generation. You know what I mean? We go around and say that we're things that we're not. I'm not trying to hate at anyone, but we're just clueless, lads. Like, our biggest problems in this generation is, what are we as people? Like, we don't even know what people we are. Like, do you know what I got called earlier? A cis person. Like, why are you calling me a cis person? You know what I mean? I don't mind. Like, you do your thing and call yourself whatever. Don't call me that. I know what I was born as it, you know what I mean? But that's our generation. We all think about stupid shit. And it's why people like Greenwood will feel entitled, or this girl might sound dumb when she speaks. People don't even know what's the law and what's not law. She's came out and said something's wrong, you know what I mean? And then next thing you know, they're together and there's a baby on the way. Like, it's a tough one, guys. And if something bad's happened, then that cophead who's her dad, supposedly, he's really wrong for that. How's it going, my brother? What's your thoughts, James, on Jones's involvement next season? Jones's involvement next season should be considered to be more significant than previous. I think he's a good player, and even if it's rotational, I think we benefit of having a player at that level in our squad. I really, really do. I really, really do. Can Virgil get back to his best or close to that version? No. No. The best version of Verge was one of the best centre-backs I've ever seen. It wouldn't make sense for him to have got a career-ending injury and then get back to the best again. I don't know. I don't align with that. You know what I mean? But nah, do you know what, bro? Even if people want to use these terms, that's fine. But I've never agreed to use these terms. So why are you calling me? You know what I mean? And that's also raised to the person I was speaking to. I was like, mate, fair play. Like, you know, we might even have our differences on beliefs, but why are you calling me it? Like, I'm not cis. It's just one of those. But the main point overall, it's like, even you see what's happening with kids and whatnot, and now it's being pushed onto those. It's just not good, chat. Like, our generation's effed, and now it's being portrayed onto the people older than us. I thought the generation above me was sound, but apparently, like, they're getting fucked as well. So, the reason why it all relates is because Greenwood and this girl live in the same generation. I do. I know how fucked we are. And it's why I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. Oh, mate, 3 years ago, I was going out just in town, going, like, out with girls and then lads and, like, not like that. I mean, just like, I'll go out with the boys, and then obviously the boys would just end up seeing a bunch of girls, and then we go back to somewhere, and it was pathetic. It's just degeneracy at its max. And that's why you're going to see entitled footballers nowadays. And then that's why you're going to see a lot of women chasing money, because that's the prioritized value of the current day. It's just the way it is, chat. You know what I mean? It is a tough one. It is a tough one. You think Alcaraz and I don't even... Is that tennis? I know Djokovic is a beast. I'll go with him. I don't watch tennis though, sir. I do apologize, Justin. I do apologise. Do you think Fabinho can do a good job next season if the team around him? Maybe. But there's a lot of things that I don't like about Fabinho in recent times, I'll be honest. Yeah, there's just some things that I'm not fully convinced on in terms of how he improves in the short term. But you never know, do you? You never know. I think if we get the legs around him, maybe. But he seems just bad in situations that he used to be good at, so I'm not sure. Didn't Ramsey go out on loan? Why is he still at the club? Carvalho was already gone. I don't believe Preston start training until the 15th. So I think he officially joins the club on the 15th of July. He is going out on loan at Preston. That's not a question. Daniel says, you lot stood by Suarez for racism. We should stand by Greenwood. Daniel, do you know what, mate? It's. I understand what you're saying. You know what I mean? I understand what you're saying. I don't think we agree with the racism standpoint, but yeah, fans can be short-sighted and agree with players that they shouldn't for sure. You know what I mean? But chat, you respond to that how you want. I don't think it's like, because if Greenwood was actually wrong, because we know Suarez was actually wrong, we don't know if Greenwood was actually wrong. So it's actually a bit like we have an idea, but we don't 100% know, and that's what I explained before. Is this the Greenwood chat? Let the lad play, make up a good song for him next season. Yeah, we're talking about Greenwood. It's one of those uncomfortable conversations, but not for me. I'm all right. We're talking about that stuff. James, rank all our midfielders going next season. Soboslai, Thiago, McAllister, Fabinho, Curtis, Elliott, Henderson. Bajcetic, Henderson, I'd say. I'd go with that order. Let me know what you think. Who would you rather, Doak or Elliott playing? I'd rather Doak. I like Doak as a right winger. He's a great player. James, apparently a Saudi team is interested in Fabinho. Would you sell him for how much? 30 to 40 mil, I think, is realistic considering they are overpaying for players. Chat, let me know. Would you sell Fabinho? I mean, if we were to guarantee get a new CDM of quality and try someone new, then yeah, because I think it's worth trying someone new. But if not, if we're not going to get someone else, then I don't see the productivity in selling him, to be honest. So it depends. I'd take 30, 40 mil, but only if we can get a replacement who's good enough. It's funny how we're talking about these serious things, then James just gets asked a midfield question. It is funny, man. That's a funny thing. It is a funny thing. I like talking about stuff like that, not because it's nice things to talk about, but it's good to analyze what's the right and what's the wrong, and how do we conclude what's right and wrong, because people were quick to jump on Greenwood, but then they weren't quick to jump on the fact them two ended up back together and all that stuff. So it's just a confusing situation. I just pray the bird's all right, you know what I mean? Like, I hope her family haven't just got down at here. I actually hope she's just over-exaggerated the situation and now they're sweet and they came to a compromise, because that means she never got hit and it means Greenwood's forgave her, which is good, I suppose. But it sounded like a toxic relationship, so I think they've just got their own young people problems to sort out. Do you feel like Fabinho could get back to his best? No. Based on chances, probably not. Who do you prefer, Jones or Elliott? For our current team, Curtis Jones. For our current team. But there's things that Elliott can do that Curtis can't, and vice versa. Both fantastic. Very good technically. I think Greenwood got Sancho pregnant. Nah, that's funny. That is funny as fuck. Nah, that's funny, mate. I see you having a chair. Nah, it's the same chair, bro. Same chair as always. Nah, that's funny, you know. Nah, you said hilarious. As if you've just said Sancho pregnant. Nah, that's funny. I think it's brilliant that we're getting a whole new team. Not like Klopp started, but a team which all around for years. We are. But we should have done this a lot sooner. And I also think, like, it's good that it's finally happening. So I hear what you're saying, Nicholas. But then, like, we're still keeping some really old players. And, like, that's where I worry. Is it, like, still a mixture of the old model and the new model? Because some players are getting kept for way too long, considering they all finished fifth last season. You know what I mean? And I don't think it was a Klopp problem last season. I thought it was more the players' problem. So if I'm going to blame the players more than the manager, you've got to let some of them go. Or you've got to bring in like for like replacements. And the only ones we brought in was for Naby and Oxlade, who were 90 million combined. So we had to replace them. But I do still think it's important to start looking at a new replacement for Verge. Not sell Verge and bring in a new person. I mean, bring in a new young centre-back you believe can become the new Verge and then let him grow. My guy is 9, and he is so sharp. John Cena. What can I say, man? I'm a 9-year-old and I'm a poet. I'm just a genius, guys. I'm just a genius. Did you ever go viral at 9 years old? Yeah, I didn't think so. David. As if I've just called you David. Defo David. I'm glad you're brave enough to talk about the Greenwood situation, unlike the crowd of channels who's not brave enough to even say his name. Yeah, I don't know why people don't talk about it. Because if you just say it the way I said it, what have I said that's wrong? You know what I mean? I hope the girl's really okay. I do. But the two sides of the story is what I mentioned before. So I don't think it's even a bad thing to talk about. But it's a sensitive topic, innit? But I just think it's unfair that we're all defending a girl who was so hard done by to a fella who they're now back together. But I just hope she's all right and she hasn't been given advice, honestly, guys. I think that'd be the best case scenario. But if he hasn't done nothing wrong, he should play. Honestly, I think and hope the player will come back with vengeance. And after being poor last season, looking at Salah, Trent, you can see the determination to be back to their best. I hope the squad follows suit. That's right. But again, a lot of these players have been here for 5 years, and we're thinking about Henderson for 2 more years, Matip for a contract extension. Where's the improvement? If we've won 1 league title in 7 years, where's the improvement by keeping these players? I'm not hating. I'm just asking for solutions, and I'll leave that question to you guys. Same peeps are lucky that didn't go viral at 9. Without a left centre-back, we don't even get second place. By the way, I don't agree with this notion, chat, of left-footed centre-back. Do you? Do you mean like that, like a left-footed centre-back? A left centre-back, I agree, because that's the replacement for Verge, but I don't care if you're left-footed or right-footed. Just be good at fucking footy. Like, I don't care if you're left-footed or right-footed. James, pipe down. Johnny, shut the fuck up. Shout out to Mo. He says, James Nunes is that guy. Fair. Big up to you, Mo. Anfield Lad 10 says, big up Hammers. Which position is more important for us to bring in this summer? A DM or a left centre-back? I think a left centre-back. I do, chat. Like, actually, I'm so torn on these two because, the two biggest uncertainties I've got in the squad is Virgil and Fabinho. They're my two biggest concerns out of all the old players. Henderson shouldn't be a starter going forward. And I question if Fabinho and Verge should. I think Verge still can be, and I think Fabinho still can be, but unless we get competition, I think it's a huge risk to go into a season guaranteeing that they're going to be your starting CDMs and automatically and instantly start getting you points from the beginning of the season. Because if City do the 97 points thing again, we need to be fucking on it from game one. Don't forget the expectations to win a league title, guys. You know what I mean? But if we're getting top 4, which we've all agreed, that's what we are. We are a top 5 at best team now. Then, yeah, Virgil van Dijk and Fabinho is good enough to get us top 4, I believe, even though they got us 5th last season. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. Back in for Barella, apparently. That's great, isn't it? That's great. Another link. That just doesn't mean absolutely anything. Jeez, Volho, yeah. I'm going to go with Volkanovski. Shout out to the Australian monster. I think he'll win. But we're actually going to be live on Callum's channel tonight, doing a watch-along at about 3 a.m. So if anyone's up, type in Callum Sanderson on YouTube, and me and him will be live watching the MMA. And I'm even going to put the highlights on my channel. So if you're up for that chat, let me know, and I'll get that up there, man. I'll get that up there. Josh says, James, if you had to sign one player from each of the top 6 teams, who would you pick? Okay, Man City, I'd go with Rodri. Chelsea, are they top 6? Last season's top 6 or usual? I'll go with usual. Right, City, I'll go with Rodri. Then, I think I've already gone wrong. I just thought of a CDM for City, but now I'm thinking Haaland and De Bruyne. Shit. Okay. Who would I sign from United, chat? Casemiro, maybe? But he's old as well, isn't he? I'm trying to think. Do we go with Casemiro and Rodri and then go with Haaland instead of Rodri? Do you go with Rodri above Haaland now? Because I'd love Haaland. I sound like Steven Gerrard with all the aims that I'm giving right now, don't I? I don't know that. No, fuck Rashford. I'm not taking Rashford. I think Nunes is like probably. I think Nunes will end up being just as good as Rashford. Rashford's more technical, but like I think goals wise they'll be similar. Martinez is a good shout. I like Martinez. Chat. Nah, you know what? From United, I'll take Martinez. Fair play. Good shout, chat. Good shout. He's a great player. Nice ball playing centre back, left sided centre back, proven in the Prem. Yeah, Martinez would be a goat signing from United. Actually, great shout. Well done. Well done. Nah, fuck Varane. He's old. Martinez is a great shout. Use no ball. Anyway, so Martinez from there, Haaland from City. Oh, but now I haven't got a CDM. Shit! I don't want Party. I don't want Party. I think he's half overrated. Declan Rice. Rodri, Odegaard, Kane. Kane! Oh, fuck it. Nah, yeah, this is what I'm doing. I'm taking Rodri. I'm taking Kane. I'm taking Martinez. I'll take Odegaard. No, I'll take Saliba. Chat, don't even fuck about me. That was a shout, wasn't it? Saliba and Martinez. Saliba, Martinez, Rodri, Kane. Wow. Okay, who's from Chelsea, though? Would you take Enzo Fernandez still, chat? I think he's been good for Chelsea. Chelsea have been shit. He's been good. I'd take Enzo Fernandez. Would you take him? Thiago replacement. Would you take him? Nkunku? Nah, we've got Soboslai and Gakpo. Nah, fuck Nkunku, bro. Son and Saka? Nah, fuck Son. He's old. Saka? Oh, what a shout. I'd take Saka over Odegaard. You're right, actually. Nah, I'd take Saliba over Saka, though. I want Saliba. Yeah, Enzo in it, chat. Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea. I'd take Enzo Fernandez from Chelsea. That was a great top five. Kane, Rodri, Enzo, Martinez, and other players, you know what I mean? Great 11 or great 6. Nah, fuck. Mudryk, what's he done? I swear he's literally got 0 Premier League goals or 1. Kane is old. Kane is quality, bro. Kane is quality. I don't care if he's old. We win the league the next 2 seasons if we have Harry Kane, chat. Is that a W or an L? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Byron. Oh, big up to you, sir, for a huge super chat. I really appreciate that, mate. Jota the Slaughter is our most clinical finisher behind Salah. I agree. He must start with Gakpo, just needs to stay fit, and I can see Diaz being used to break down car parks instead. Good shout. Good. So are you saying Gakpo as a 10 there, Byron? Or are you saying Gakpo left and rotate with Diaz? Or Jota left and rotate with Diaz? What are you saying there? It's a good shout. Liverpool is by far the biggest club in England. If you say otherwise, you don't know ball. Brett, I couldn't agree more, sir. Couldn't agree more. We can thank Shankly and Paisley for that shout that we can claim there. Isaac is going to score a lot of goals next year, 20 plus goals. Chat, WRL. I said I'd take Isaac before we got Nunes over Nunes. Would you say that was like a bad take? I'm not shitting on Nunes. I'm just saying that was my opinion before we got both. So when Isaac was at Valencia, I think it was, or Sociedad, and Nunes was at Benfica, I said I wanted Isaac over Nunes. Is that a W or an L in your eyes? Do you think that's a shout or nah? W. Most people are saying, okay, take. L, L, W. Fair. I feel like Isaac was significantly more established. I'm not going to lie. I love Darwizzy. I like him too. I want him to do well. I really do, chat. I really do. I think if he gets 30 goals, I'll be happy with Darwizzy. I'll be happy with Darwizzy and 30 goals. Jota left, Gakpo middle, but fluent. They're both great in both positions. Byron, fair shout. Fair shout, sir. Nunes will come good. L. Bad take, says Johnny. Fair enough. Isaac is nowhere near Nunes. Well, why did he get 20 plus goals last season? Did I read that chat correctly before? Did he get 20 plus goals last season? I think he's quite a bit better than Nunes, based on what we know, based on the information. What are you, EU? He says, Hammers, did you see the Isaac dribble against Everton? Bro, he's a saucy player, man. He's a nice all-rounder player. He's got goals in him. I don't know how people don't see it. Looks shit. Wait there. Isaac shits on Nunes and it's not even close, says Festus. You said that, not me, bro. OG Lizzie says Nunes should be utilised from the bench like Firmino. I don't understand why that's a bad thing as well. I understand he's 80 million, but like guys, I think that's where he lives. I think he should be on the bench, and I think he is a very good option off the bench. Rapid pace, completely different type of striker. He causes so much havoc off the bench in the final 20 minutes of a game when your centre backs are knackered. You don't want that. You do not want that. That's a horrible, horrible thing to align with. Smash a like if that's okay as well, please, chat. That'd be great. Personally, can't stand seeing Jota left wing. He can't beat a man. He should be rotated down the middle, but we have to do. We do have two other players. There's a tricky one. Nah, you know what, bro? You're right. I don't like Jota down the left either. I'm not a big fan of him down the left. I prefer him down the middle. I think he's just a proper. Do you know, like a poacher? A real poacher. That's what Jota is. He's a poacher, bro. He can get 30 goals a season. Like, I've seen him score 20 goals before January. I know Jota can get 30 goals in a season. Don't know if Nunes can do that in the Liverpool Premier League team, because I know we've done it with Benfica. Don't know if we can do it in this one. I'm a big Nunes fan. All the idiots trying to put him and Haaland on the same level last season was absurd. Nunes only had one brilliant season for Benfica. Haaland has been consistent from the offset. Haaland's just a different type of breed. It's not a bad thing at all. Like, it was either Haaland or everyone else was considerably behind. Like Osimhen, Nunes, they're not in that category of striker. Mbappe and Haaland are taking that Messi, Ronaldo mantle of insane numbers. So it's fine that Nunes isn't that. I didn't even expect him to be that until, like you say, certain fans started putting him in that conversation, which just not necessary, man. Would you take Nunes scoring 20 in all comps, but getting 20 assists? If Nunes somehow became a creator like that, then yes, 40 GA is insane. But that I just do not see that happening in any world. But yeah, of course. Is Tonali any good, says Rafa? I think Tonali's fan-fucking-tastic. I do. But he didn't want to leave AC Milan, no chat. Is that a W or an L? I don't know if you guys have looked into that transfer, but I don't think he wanted to leave AC Milan, He sounded absolutely devastated when on that goodbye text or that goodbye message. Just did not. It sounded like AC Milan forced him out the club for the money. Honestly, it really, really did. Do you think he didn't want to go there? Really? I'm not going to lie, chat. I don't think that he wanted to. I don't think he was a money-driven player. I don't think he's upset with the transfer. I think he'll accept it in time. He's getting paid double the price that he was at AC Milan. I'm just saying I don't think it was one that he wanted. He loved Milan. What Gerrard was to us, what Pirlo was to Milan, he is. Well, Pirlo played for everyone, didn't he? Play for Juventus as well. Festus says apparently he was crying when he got told he had to go. I heard this as well, and that's the one thing that I sit there and say I feel bad for the guy, because it was a huge offer that came out of nowhere, and it's why I believe it. It weren't like Tonali was trying to force his way out the club. So yeah, I do think that AC Milan probably just gave him very little incentive and said, "Listen, if you don't go, we're fucked, and we need you to go. Otherwise, it's one of those things." Shout out to Wester. Hello, Hammers, you silly lad. Shout out to you, Wester. Hope you're well. Hope you're well. Amrabat, Tonali, Rice, or Caicedo for the best money for quality. Chat, you answer this one as well. I'll go from 1 to 4. I think. See, before the window, I'd have went with Caicedo before the window. But I'll go with Caicedo. No. I'd have went with Caicedo, me personally. But I'll put Tonali 1, Rice 2, Caicedo 3, Amrabat 4. But they're all good CDMs. Caicedo all day, Caicedo. Amrabat. Don't know, G. Don't know, I've still got to see more of Amrabat, but he's a good player. Kante's not at Chelsea no more, is he? Why are you mentioning Kante, John? John. Like your name isn't fucking Johnny. Let me see what's going on Twitter, guys. Let me see if I can... let me share the screen. Let's see if there's anything going on in the Twitter world, shall we? We'll read the comments as well, don't get me wrong, but I want to see if there's any breaking news on Twitter, anything fun going on Twitter. There we go. Boom, shakalaka. So this is my Twitter. Oh, yeah, chat, I saw this Adam22 earlier. And basically, he's like a porn star, I think. And I tweeted out on my page, basically saying, like, it's just a shame that, like, he'll probably have a daughter. And like, it's just waste of potential, you know what I mean? I know he's making money, but it's a shame that that's how people would like to make money, and they're going to put and prioritize material over value. What's Rory saying here? Poye, Campbell, Figo, Mount. I was Rory just chatting shit. What's Chris Khan saying? The scrutiny and judgment calls around a local player are always unfair on both sides. Some will tend to overplay their performances, and some will expect far too much. Look to overly criticise Curtis Jones as being brilliant for club and country since his return from injury. I'm not going to lie, chat, that's a W from Grizz. That, you know, chat, is that a W or an L from Grizz? Isn't that a fucking W from Grizz right there? Don't even tell me that's not a W. Wait there, can I split this screen? Is there a way I can do this where the Twitter thing's like still there? Chat, is this one better? Or, do you like this one more actually, chat? Do you prefer this one where it's full screen? Oh, wait there, now I'm gone. Now I'm gone. Let me know which one you prefer. Or do you like this one more? Rare Grizz W. Nah, it's not a Rare Grizz W. This is better. This one's better. Say no more. I'll do this one. I like this one more as well. Smash those likes as well, guys. Smash those effing likes. This one. Was this one better? Full screen, people are saying. Full screen. But then you can't see Twitter. Fuck it, I'm just going to play out with this one, and then I'll look back after the stream. And then we'll see what you guys are saying. What's Elon Musk can fuck off? Is this Levi Colwell? Chat, would you take Colwell, yeah? Are you taking Colwell this season?
We're both coming back. He is as well. Mate, listen, hey.
Wait there, what's he saying?
Hey, Nuns. What you got to say, brother?
Come on, man. Hey, listen. We're both coming back. He is as well. Mate, listen, hey. I'll make sure he comes back. You get it?
Wow. We're not drinking too much tonight, the fam. Oh, that's funny. Nah, that's funny. That's what we mean. Nah, 666. I'm glad that you've clarified. Big up, chat. Big up. Tushimani, please, right midfielder. Stacked with Jude Valverde. Nah, Tushimani would be quality, but he'd be too much, and I do think he's a part of their plans. What's Mark Goldbridge saying? De Gea versus Arsenal at Emirates 2000. Oh, is he being a little nostalgia merchant, chat? Ooh, Illuminati bots. Don't like that. That's the conspiracy stuff that pops up on my Twitter there. Can we all agree that Barcelona and Liverpool are the two biggest clubs in the world? Oh, I'm a Liverpool fan, yeah, but how can you not put Real Madrid in that conversation? Nah, how can you not put Real Madrid in that conversation? Nah, chat, that can't be it. That can't be the W opinion out of all W opinions. Nah, Real Madrid, bro. You've got to put Real Madrid in that conversation. That's pathetic, bro. That's pathetic. Could our new right-sided centre-back be perfect for Joe Gomez since Empire of the Cup? No, because he hasn't played good in centre-back in recent times. Why would he be good now? What are people saying? I have never seen a bad player like Gomez before. Nah, that's a violation, chat. That's a violation. Johnny, I'll check that in a minute, bro. Nah, that's a violation right there on Joe Gomez. I'm not even going to lie to you. He's the worst player I've seen. Nah, that's bad. I've never seen a player as bad as Joe Gomez. Please, no, let him leave on a free or pay some fee for someone to take him. Enough is enough, says Peter Madaki. No and never. Yeah, people are not rating Joe Gomez, bro. They're not rating Joe Gomez. Joe Gomez has been good. Wait there, has had one good game a season. Nah, he was sick in that league-winning season, though. Don't even take that away from him, chat. I'm trying to be nice. Transfer news, Lavia. Nothing to update, sir. Nothing to update. I don't think we're going to get either. I don't think we're going to get a new signing or Lavia. Gomez was classed for 2 to 3 years ago. Oh, yeah, 2 or 3 years ago. He was. Maybe do you reckon the injuries just got to him, chat? How much do you miss Manny, Salah and Firmino? Almost as much as my childhood. You know what I mean? It's unbelievable. Joe Gomez is a championship quality these days. Nah, to be fair, you emphasise these days. I can agree with that. He has not been good in recent times. Yeah, I don't care about that. What's Mr. Beast saying? I launched 100,000 fireworks. This guy just gets high and just does ideas, Mr. Beast, you know. He just gets high and does ideas. Look at the likes he gets, chat. He is a fucking huge... How much money do you reckon Mr. Beast makes a year? like a year. Obviously, he spends a lot of that on his videos, but James, why do only certain players do the tests in training like today? No, it's just because some players are available for training. So these are the players who have been called back early for training, and assuming they've agreed, like, simultaneously. I think these are the players who didn't have international duty, who came back, because Trent still had a couple of games with England after the season, and Henderson did. So these are the players without international duty, I would assume. More than FGA. Sorry, I don't know what that means. A lot more than you. Yeah, that's right. That's right. 150 in a Mars bar. Do you know what, lad? That sounds like my monthly wage. Don't mind if I diddly fucking do. You know what I mean? Don't mind if I diddly fucking do. What's Tristan saying there? Man, like Tristano Tato. Guys, are you fans of the Tates? Do you like the Tate brothers? I haven't spoke to you about the Tate brothers before. Do you like them? Yeah. Are you into them? Because do you know what, I haven't really been on the propaganda as much as everyone else, but from what I see, they don't seem to talk about anything mad. Just seem to like speak about the weird shit about the world. Do you know what I mean? But apparently, he says some mad shit about girls. I'm messing. Obviously, I know. I think it just depends how much you look into that situation. But I think the Sami, I think the sad. Not for me, mate. They speak facts, I can't lie. Man like top G. Yeah, like, I'm not a super fan or anything, but they have interesting shit to say, and I like interesting people, chat. So I'm going to say a W on the Tates right there. Know what I mean? I like different people. They're funny. And before you say, so does that mean you're like Hitler? No. Calm the fuck down, you weirdos. But would I be intrigued to learn about Hitler? Yes. Not to be like him, but yeah, because what makes a man do shit like that? You know what I mean? Like, interesting people are funny. Biggest rebuild in the club's history, spent 35 million, then took about FSG. Chat, this is a fan about FSG. Biggest rebuild in club's history. Let me do the highlight thing. Biggest rebuild in club's history, spent 35 million, then took a loan for the next signing, and now the usual sell to buy nonsense. Yet, Tory boys, i.e. top Reds, will always... That's funny that, Tory boys, i.e. top Reds, will still worship them. We ain't winning another title under this ownership, and they looked out with Klopp and Coutinho money. Chat, is that uncomfortable conversations right there? Is that actually uncomfortable conversations right there? Because I think that's uncomfortable conversations. I am not even going to lie. That is facts, bro. That is facts. Are you mad? James, did you see Monaco revealed their new coach? They did a Hitler montage. Fuck off, did they? Yeah, that's funny that, not because it's like Hitler and that. I just mean, why would they do a Hitler montage? That's so random. Did they actually? Are they Nazis? I didn't know that. That's wild, bro. Nah, let's stop talking about Hitler, chat. You know what I mean? Let's stop talking about it. But, like, why would they do that? I just don't understand. If that's true, that can't be right. That cannot be right. Is that cap? Is that actually cap? Bro, this guy on Twitter speaking facts, by the way. Are you on it? He's speaking factos. Factos. Bro, FSG is shitbags, man. I'm not even asked no more. I don't even care. You can crucify me. You can say I'm being negative and I'm doing it for views. Bro, they're shitbags. I've got me pants stuck on me leg. Like, I rolled them up and then they got like proper tight around me. Massive calves like Jack Grealish. What else is going on Twitter? Jeez, that's my guy. That's my guy right there. You see that guy? He's my guy, He's my guy, chat. That's my guy. Look at him. He's a winner. A winner. First of many. This will be a huge confidence boost for Curtis that I think he needs as well, I really, really do. James, watch it. James, watch what? I don't know what you're telling me to watch it. They took a loan out to spend 60 million on Soberslay. I don't know. That's why I asked if it was facts or not. You know what I'm saying? Nah, Curtis Jones is my guy, bro. I have faith in Curtis Jones. What's he saying there, Saeed? Lincoln lawyer. Let's see what the hype is. What the frick is Saeed even on about? Is he just chatting shit again, chat? News alert, beautiful 18th century church burned to the ground. Oh, I hope everyone's okay. Muslim migrants in France. Oh, I hope everyone's sound, man. France is going through a shithole at the minute, in the chat. Aren't they going through, like, it's mad in France at the moment. I reckon, do you know what I think causes proper shit in the world, chat? Yeah. I think what causes major shit in the world, turn off the lecky for 2 to 3 days. Turn off the lecky. If the government want to do it, let them turn off the lecky for 2 to 3 days. We will be fucking punching each other over toilet roll. We will be breaking into each other's kens just to get some scran. Chat, it will turn off the lecky for 2, 3 days and you'll understand where we are as people. Cavemen would look at us like robots. James, how many have you had, bro? I haven't had none. I'm just having... I want to make this like a stream where we just talk about anything, like a mixture of football and whatever pops up on the screen. I think that sounds, don't you? France has fallen. Nah, it's actually shit what's happened to France, though, lad. It is actually like really bad. Where is Ruby? I was supposed to get him on. Get her on, but we haven't got it sorted yet. But she'll be on soon. Very true. Social media causes most of the problems nowadays. Yeah, it's like one of those things, isn't it? You know what I mean? It's tough. James, why are you so hypo? I'm always hypo. I swear I've got ADHD or something. You know what I mean? Not diagnosed, so I don't want to offend anyone with ADHD. But like, come on, you know. I think if anyone's got it, it's a good old hammers. Good old hammers. What's this? Why is it that since Ronaldo's age started to catch up on him, that we act like he's actually not a world-class striker, let alone the best ever? Those 5 Ballon d'Ors, just paper patches. No one doesn't talk about Ronaldo like he's not the best in the world. Come on. Oh, is Toby crying about Pochettino? Man like Ben Kelly. I'm trying to see if there's anything more interesting on here. I like Twitter. Twitter's funny. Just a bunch of shit with people, you know what I mean? And they just all argue with each other. It's just a bunch of England stuff. Let's see what's trending. Oh, Kamzat Chimaev. Are you on to Kamzat Chimaev, chat? He is a monster. He is a monster. Johnny, I'm not on the chat at the moment, you mush. Shut the fuck up and stop being an obsessive little bitch. Hammers, I feel like as soon as Curtis started playing games for us this season, we've been better. I don't know what he could have done better if he doesn't get included in the starting lineup next season. Bro, I think you're bang on. I do. I think you're bang on, G. I'm not even going to lie to you. By the way, chat, this is Kamzat Chimaev. He's a fucking monster. He is a absolute horrible machine. Like, you do not want... This is an unbelievable submission. Unbelievable. Oh, what is that called again, actually? Because he's got the arm as well. I don't know. It's not just a standard guillotine. That's a brilliant fucking choke, though. It's a brilliant choke. What's Usman chatting? Is Usman chatting shit?
With my routine of I'm good. I'm just training.
Oh, fuck off with you just training. Chat some shit. Chat some shit. Motherfuckers will tell you Colby beats Hamzat with a straight face. Nah, that's funny, that, you know. That is actually hilarious, you know. I can't wait for the UFC tonight, chat. That's going to be funny. Nah, that's going to be funny. Prime Khabib would have beat Hamzat. Nah, not even a chance on God's green earth would have Prime Khabib beat Hamzat. Nah, I'm only messing. There's a chance, but like it's closer than what you're saying. Kamzat with that pressure, I don't know. You're going to do a UFC watch along tonight? John, I'm going on Callum's channel. So tune into Callum's channel and we'll do that. We will do that. Oh, are you saying watch the Hitler thing? I'll watch the Hitler thing if you've got a documentary or something and it teaches me more about it then. Teach me about it, lad. Don't spam no G. You rate Izzy Hammers? Bro, Izzy's the GOAT of the sport right now. Like, bro, he's my guy. He is my guy. He's the best striker in the UFC. And by the way, it's not even close. Nah, you'll never walk alone 66. I'm actually going to ban you if you keep spamming, bro. Like, you're pissing me off. Jones versus Stipe, thoughts? Jones smokes him and it's not even close. It's not even close. Yeah, 2 rounds and that'll be finished. You're going on Team Coppish? No, Callum's got his own personal MMA channel, so I'll be jumping on there. Drunk Vigo. It's called Callum Sanderson MMA, I believe. We'll be live at about 3 a.m. When the main card starts, so make sure you tune in. If you're still awake and you're watching the UFC, feel free to tune in. But guys, I think I'll end the stream there. That was fun. I enjoyed the little Twitter thing. If you want to do more like Twitter segments in future, I'll start. Do you know what, chat? If you ever see a tweet, doesn't even have to be football related, just something of interest. And I talk about anything, so send me anything, and we can talk about it on the stream. Send me it. Me Twitter's the same as this, so we'll end the stream there. But we'll do Twitter segments more if you like them. If you do like them, then I'll enjoy doing them. I enjoyed that little scroll through Twitter, and there was no preparation, so it was good. On the way out, smash a like as well because it always helps. And guys, I love every single one of you. Thank you for tuning in. And until tomorrow, I will wish you all a blessed night. And remember that Jesus loves you, as always, as I do. See you later, guys.